Hey Robert, Hawaii man, James, what's up? What's up fellas? Hello, hello. Oh nice, Jacob. Chess. It's awesome man, all the best. Jose, how you going? What's up Jeff? Hawaii man. Thanks James. Appreciate that dude. Gains, that's it. That's the game. Nice. You had a good sleep today, man. Last night. Got back from the gym yesterday. You know, I haven't deadlifted for a little while. So, slept like a log, man. Something about deadlift, man, like when you really, even though I didn't make the 260, something about just pulling a lot of weight off the ground, man, like it's like so taxing, so, I don't think I moved when I slept. I don't think I even moved. It was, it was a good sleep, really good sleep. Oh, nice, Jacob. Yeah, everyone around me tells me the same thing, man. Van, I don't want to hear about squatting anymore, man. I don't care what you're onto now. I'm always like, man, I'm onto something, man. Expect good stuff in the next month. I think even the people that don't, morning, hello. Even the people that don't like squatting or don't squat, like my two best friends, like they don't train at all. Like that's just not their thing. They don't train. Like, well, I met them at the basketball courts back in the day. So, you know, cameraman, actually both cameramen. Both of them have done videos for me. There's like three of us that kind of, I've known them ever since I was like in year 8, man. So we're like 12 years old. You know, I've known them all my life. And so, you know, they always tell me, you know, obviously we share our ideas, share our passions and whatever. And, you know, they like to hear about it because of the passion that I come through with it. It's kind of like when I listen to, you know, their ideas and their passions. You know, you can listen to somebody talk about something they love. You know, you can give it people that time. You know, because you're kind of going off their own passion. You know. Yeah, that's it, Jose. Like, you know, everyone's got their own thing. Even though we're best friends, like, you know, we're not into the same shit, which is interesting. I think what bonds us is the core values of our being, if you will. Like, you know, we, you know, take, you know, our morals, ethics, how we value friendship and togetherness. You know, that's kind of what makes us tick. But in terms of like, you know, them squatting with me, you guys have never seen either of the camera boys squat. I call them the camera boys because I don't kind of want to talk about their names and whatever. Like, you know, if they want to be part of the channel, if they wanted to be part of all that, they'd get involved. So it's like, I call them cameramen or cameraman. But yeah, you never see them squatting. You never see them deadlifting. That's not their thing. I mean, they've lifted weights and stuff before, but they never took it, you know. They're not passionate. Yeah, I don't know what, like, we've talked about this before. Like, I don't know what made me fall in love with training. I think the way I grew up, seeing my dad train, seeing my dad come back from the army, and in shape and running every night and doing sit-ups and push-ups and all that stuff, man. Like, I don't know, I just kind of grew up watching my dad do that, and it was kind of like, that's what men do. That's what boys do. Boys need to be strong. It's kind of like that. But yeah, I'm always going on about squatting. Never bench pressing though. Never talk about how much I love to bench. Oh, get those elbows warm. Durian rider. I've never seen durian rider. No, I don't know what that is. Superlex, man, we've had there's a few of us boys at work that stay fit. And so we've had nights where it's kind of been really really quiet, and we've had like dipping competitions. I don't know if you boys know what a walking frame is. It's kind of like it's a walking stick type of thing, right? But it's a frame, so, and people kind of drag this up and down, walking with it. There's a wheel at the front, two wheels at the front, it kind of drags along. This one night we kind of were sitting around, there's like nothing to do really, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. We were like, I don't know how we got to, but one of us started like dipping on the thing, like stretching, like we were just kind of messing around. And I thought, shit man, let's, how many dips can you do? A walker, yeah, walking frame. And the guy cranked out whatever, 20, 30 dips, and I was like, oh, let me get it. And next thing you know, we've got a list of 3 names and we're kind of tallying up all this stuff. Classic Elizabeth exit. Bergen suburb in Adelaide. Yeah, Elizabeth is the Bergen Central, isn't it? Yo, yo. Yeah, I've never been to Elizabeth, never been to Salisbury until I met my my partner. Her parents, when they came to Australia, obviously no one's got money as you're refugees. No one's got money. And so at the time, they were going working in the hills, for like minimum wage kind of stuff, and they got some money together. This is like back in early 2000s, so houses were like, $50,000 up there at the time, and so they bought a really nice house in Salisbury back in like early 2000s. And so when I met my wife, it took us a bit of time for me to kind of meet her parents, obviously. But I got up there and I remember thinking to myself, wow, man, this is really, really north, and then you hear all the stuff about Elizabeth and Davern Park and all these types of places, like really north, crime centrals of the state. And then I kind of like, started going to Salisbury, their house, and normal people, man, like her whole street where her parents are, like lovely people, good people. The funny thing is, like, a lot of us think that there's crime everywhere over there, but not everyone has money, and so even people with less money, they have to live somewhere, and so Not all people that don't have money are criminals. However, you know, people that struggle with money tend to have a higher affinity to, let's say, crime. And then, like, it took me a few years after I met her that we just by random went to Elizabeth Shopping Centre on a Thursday night. Thursdays, for you guys that don't live in Adelaide, the shops are open until 9, right? I'm sure Melbourne, Sydney, shops don't even close, like big cities around the world, but Adelaide is a fairly small city, and so shops often close at 5, 6 p.m. You know, that's kind of the norm. So I went up there on the Thursday, it's packed out, Elizabeth. And yeah, you see a different type of, it's almost like a different culture up there, man. Like, you know, you're walking through Elizabeth Shopping Centre and every other guy's got a fat chain kind of hanging off the neck. It's like, and if you go to a really nice suburb like Norwood, you know, in Norwood, nobody's wearing fat chains. It's like people that don't have money want to show they have money, but people that have money, well, not maybe some of them, but don't show that they have money. Like you're shopping in Norwood and you're dressed normally. Whereas if you go to Elizabeth, to fit in, you gotta have a fat chain and a Rolex watch. It's kind of this weird thing. It's like, you know, and me being, you know, I used to mostly shop at West Lakes. That's kind of where I grew up, Western Suburbs. West Lakes, like you don't see people like that. I don't know. It was just like a culture shock. I remember talking about it with her. Like, why is everyone over here like dressed like so over the top? It's really weird. Like, it's just really strange. Like you see Bill Gates, one of the richest people in the world. He's like shops at Kmart, and then you see a guy living in Elizabeth with $2 next to his name. And yeah, I don't know. Weird. Norwood accent. Hey Chris, hi man. What's up, Christopher C? My man, you've been around for so long, man. I don't know if you've caught a live so far, but I don't remember you ever seeing you on the live. Maybe I have. I don't know. I've done like so many lives now. I never watch arm wrestling. Never. Alright, let's get a setting. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I know you're always commenting, you're always supporting the channel. I don't know whether I've seen you in live or the normal in the normal comments, but now that I have you here, dude, I just want to thank you, man. Like I remember seeing your name from way back in the day. I don't even know when you started watching, man, but every time I release a video, man, you can bet your bottom dollar Chris Seed is gonna be there and support me. So thank you, dude. I know I always say thank you and respect, like in the comments when you comment, but just wanted to say it to you live. You know, you're an absolute beast. Yeah, I think some of you guys also recognize Chris Seat, man. Like that man is always the first one of the first people to support the channel, and he's been around. So appreciate you, dude. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, man. Yeah, everyone's respecting Chris. You're a good man. What's up, Mr. Big 04? How you guys going? I've never tried the slingshot, ever. Never tried it. But in a way, I'm kind of thinking it's kind of similar, in theory. It would be similar to using a, like bands, you know, there's some bands behind me. I'd imagine it's similar to that in the sense that it's accommodating resistance in a way, but in reverse, right? The slingshot helps you get it off your chest, and it gets heavier and heavier as you go up, because the less, it's providing less and less support as you go up. Similar thing with the bands, the most amount of weight, force in your hands is at the top. So I guess it's similar to that. I think there's grades to the slingshots as well. For 200%. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know how much it adds, and I don't. Yeah, I don't know. It would be pretty cool to kind of feel the weight in your hands, though. Say I like got, I don't know, I can bench 3 plates. I don't know. Could I have 4 plates in my hands? I don't know if it supports you that much. Probably not. Thanks, man. Thanks, Chris. Yannick, yeah, it was sunny. Hawaii, dude. Thank you, dude. It was a good day yesterday. I have not been to the gym in a while, and I can't remember the last time I went. And the way it just kind of ended up yesterday, cameraman came over, we were chatting it up, and I was like, man, let's go to the gym. Because literally, like, Thursdays is my only opportunity to go to the gym nowadays. All the other days are basically work, or I'm coming off a night shift, and it's just messy. And he was free as well, so like, let's do it. And the whole session yesterday was like 45 minutes. It wasn't over an hour, it's like 45 minutes. Hey Miz, Hawaii dude. Welcome, welcome. Share the booth. And yeah, I just walked in and did my normal routine with the front squat. I've spoken about the gym and why the weights are lighter over there. I think there's a combination of things. One of the things which I think is big is the platform. I don't think people realize that when you're standing on a platform, wooden platform, it does tend to breathe a little bit. Like it's easier to walk on a platform. There's like a shock absorber effect on wood. On concrete, it doesn't budge, right? And so when you're lifting, any sort of like, I don't know, squatting motion, and you kind of have to kind of go down and up. I think it provides it. I don't know. It's probably very, very small, but it probably plays on the psyche. It's more comfortable because there's a bit of a bounce off the platform, I'm guessing. I don't know. And the bar's a little bit more whippier. I don't know why that would help squats, but I don't know. About something about going to the gym just makes me feel, I don't know, whether it's the different barbell. I honestly don't know what it is. Yeah, I've got nights tonight, man. Sumo 575 for 3. Nice, man. That's freaking awesome, dude. Well done. Yeah, there you go, Mike. Yeah, there you go. All right, so I'm not the only one thinking about this. Something about deadlifting and squatting on concrete is just freaking hard, man. I don't know what it is. It just beats you up. Hey, what's up, Will? How you going? So I guess it's a combination of things. But it was really good to hit the 4 plates. I'm just trying to think. I don't think I've ever hit 180 at home, front squat. That's a interesting question. Very hard and important question. What is your joy of training and how you just go to do something every day? I've spoken about this a lot before, but it's basically like this, man. It's my only area where I can express the feeling of art, coming into whatever I want. I work on my body, my soul, and my mind when I'm training. It's a stress reliever. It's my therapist. So calling it discipline to train every day isn't probably an accurate depiction of what's going on, because I want to come in. Like, discipline is, in my mind, doing something that you don't particularly want to do. It's hard. For me, it's like, I don't even look at it like that, man. It's beneficial for me. Yeah, like if you watch yesterday's video, man, it's the freedom, man. Like it's I don't know. It's I'll put it to you this way. I'm better when I train. In every level. Every aspect of my life is better. I frankly don't understand how people don't train. There you go. Simple as that. How's that? You said it well. All right. Let's pile on some weight now. Whew. Oh, Jules, nice to hear that, man. Thanks, man. Oh, so this bar is a Vita bar for me. I used to squat with it once upon a time, and then, man, a few years back, man, probably like 4 or 5 years back, I moved to a house without a shed, and I didn't know where to leave it, so I kind of put it underneath like this little pergola thing at the back of this house that we were living in. And there was a storm one day, and this thing got saturated. Rained on, and so now the collars don't spin very well. And so if you unrag this bar, sometimes it makes the bar roll. It's a 32 miller as well, so it's a fat bar. So it's there's not a lot of real estate in here. So if you have a fat bar like sitting on you, it's not as comfortable. Like the 28 miller, the Ohio power bar, not the Ohio power bar. It's just better to squat with. This thing is like rated to like 1,500 pounds, something stupid like that. It's not gonna bend. It's a 32 miller, and it was a cheap bar, man. Cheap bar, but yeah, it's not a centennialing, which is nice. But I got rid of that centennialing problem after one of you guys. Hey Matt, how are you? After one of you guys recommended just to tape the middle knurling, and since I've done that, it's been great. No trouble at all. That should be enough. How many years? Since 25, so this is my 9th year of training. I trained before as well, but it wasn't really anything serious, man. Like, it was just me stuffing around. The majority of time between 20 and 25 I spent kind of like playing basketball, indoor soccer, that kind of stuff. Since 1925. Hey Supreme Zod, Hawaii, man. Oh man, it doesn't feel as good today. JB R-Type, thank you. I'm feeling good today. I still have a sore throat, man. It's really weird. I've had a sore throat now for 9 days. I don't know what it is, man, but I feel good systemically. Like, I'm pretty good, so. Oh, Miz, you're a machine, dude. Thank you for the support again. Why is the front squat better for athletes compared to the back squat? I remember back in the day, Elliot Hall's first talking about this. If you guys know Elliot Halls, he's an OG of the fitness industry, but he made a video a long time ago talking about this very topic. He said that front squats is by far the better choice for people that are like playing extra sports. And the reason for that, I think, is multifaceted. One of the facets, obviously, is the mobility. To front squat, you need to have really good mobility, and the front squat is much more posturally challenging. And posture is something that translates well to athleticism. So you can't be all that very athletic if you have poor muscular or postural structure. You know, you can't have good biomechanics if you can't even hold yourself upright properly. So that's one thing. So mobility and posture is like core strength. Posture is another thing. I think the other thing is it's very like it's a powerful movement. Like in the sense that, you know, you are generating power from every muscle in your body and your lower body, and kind of like you're translating force from your legs to the upper body. Whereas in the back squat, there's a lot more compromise, you know, that you can withstand. Like you can, you know, like slouch shoulders, and you can do low bar squats and all that. With front squats, it's like the whole body as a unit is working together. Kind of like in a jump. Like when you're jumping, you can't let go of the upper body and jump. Not to say that the back squat is not useful at all. I think front squats are a little bit better, because if you think about, you know, how people look like when they jump, I think front squats carry over better. Look, back squats are great as well, but I think front squats just edge it out. That's the way I think about it, because it's both an upper body and a lower body. And I've spoken many times about how front squats are simply just as much an upper body exercise as it is a lower. Yeah. Oh, Tony. What have I done again? Thank you, Tony. Lip smile. Thank you for the gift, man. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, Miz, look, I think yesterday before I started making the video, like before I started that normal short form video, I really wanted to make the video about how I am now, exactly like you mentioned, Miz, how I'm basically in love with the front squat now. I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about, you know, the back squat got me involved in all of this, but really now the front squat is evolving as something that is so much more fun for me. It's just, whether it's my leverages or something, I just have an easier time to do front squats. And then as I was kind of thinking about what I was going to say in the video and the train of thought and kind of the story that I wanted to kind of come out with, I kind of thought to myself, like, it doesn't really matter what it is. It does not really matter what stage you're in training or any of that. It's just about enjoying the journey and following your gut feeling. Like, if you want a front squat today, front squat, dude. Fucking, it's okay, man. If you're in love with whatever movement, do it, man. Like, because half of the damn trouble is getting to the damn gym. Why would you want to avoid the gym altogether because you've penciled in to do this, but really you want to do this, but you have to do this, and so screw everything? No, man. Rock up and just freaking oh, Miz, thanks again, man. Just rock up, man. The main thing is rocking up. That's like the number one exercise, is the mental exercise of rocking up. Rock up, whatever. Mix up the routines in every which way. Do whatever the hell you need to do to get your ass in the gym. Get your ass into the squat rack. Even if you want to freaking curl in the squat rack, do it. Just come in. You know, whatever makes you tick, do it. And then, because the biggest thing is rocking up and warming up. Once you warm up, all of a sudden you want to do every single machine in the gym. You want to do everything at the same time. It's just the rocking up. That's the freaking trouble, man. Cheers, guys. I'll do another single of this. I'll try 120. Fuck, feels shit. Feels shit today with the bench. Shoulder particularly. Quebec, Canada, Ivan. Thank you, Rafi. Appreciate you, dude. Wow, man. It's amazing. I always I say this every freaking time I do a live. It's probably getting boring. But it's amazing for me to see where you guys are from. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. San Fran, Dublin, Georgia, USA, Buenos Aires, California, 3 a.m. Nice. Manchester, UK, Portugal, Bay Area, Portland, Cali. That's sick, man. Always sick to see. Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, USA, Indiana, Memphis, Romania. Good morning, man. DMX. How sick is that? Florida. Athens, GA. Wow. All right. Let's put a little bit of weight on. Let's try 120 and then drop it back down to 100. And then I'll do 100 for like 10 triples or something. Get some volume in. And then back to front squats. Front squats today are going to be light, I imagine. Just judging by the way I feel. Would anyone be down to start a Discord? We could send videos and coach each other's form. Yeah, the Patreon is basically that, man. Haven't been all that active on Discord in recent times. Just so freaking busy with everything, man. But every time I log in and I see people are kind of talking amongst themselves and sharing ideas, so it's really cool. It's a bit of a community on there. I wish I had the time, like, you know, ever since I increased my hours, not only did I increase my hours, but I went from 12-hour shifts to 8-hour shifts, and so now it's like basically every day working. So work, like today, you know, I'm doing this, and then later on tonight I've got a night shift, and so you can imagine tomorrow I'll wake up, at whatever time, I'll do another training session for an hour and a bit, and then that goes the day. And then, you know, for the rest of the time I'm with the fam doing something, going out or whatever, and it's very, very hard to find time to do anything. But yeah, if I was like full time doing this kind of stuff, or if I was working less at the hospital, you know, I'd love to kind of get into that and make videos about this, talk about people's forms. I think it would be really, really cool to do that. I don't have the time. This is like really, really a side thing for me. This is where you wish you could like clone yourself and do more, but there needs to be some sort of balance in life. You can't, you know, I don't want to be that guy that's always on the phone in front of the family. I hate that. You know, even if you have to sit there and just watch a kid's show on TV and you know, with your daughter or son or whatever, be there, be present with that. You know, I never imagined myself that I'd be the guy that's like running businesses and stuff as the kids are there. You want to spend time with them, man. Yeah, because the first few years of a child's life it goes by so quickly, man, and then you're gonna regret not being there. All right, let's see 120. Oh shit, man, that moves alright. Is that 120? Fuck, that is 120. That kind of moves alright. I think that deserves a bit more weight. Fuck, I don't want to do more weight, but I'll do more weight. I can't leave it at that. Oh, where's the other bloody weight? Great, 87, how you going, man? I think when I varied the live times, obviously catches different people. I don't know if I've done an early morning like this. What time is it? Not early morning, you know. Started at 11. I don't think I've done one of these before. Lisa, yeah, I did, I have trained neck a little bit. Like I've done, like you're lying in bed and you kind of do this stuff. I've done that. I've done lying on your back and doing this. That was around the time I was thinking about upper back and blah, 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 kind of trying different things. I've done sides. And I reckon one day I did this stuff, just messing around in bed. And I got a headache. And so then I stopped. Weird way to squat. Yeah, it is a weird way to squat. Yeah, this is squat every day, but I'm opening it up with a bench. Jan Gregek, are you from Croatia? I'm not from Croatia. I'm currently in Australia, but I was born in Sisak, Croatia. And then with all the mess kind of broke out and all this stuff, we fled to Serbia, and then from Serbia to Australia. So that's kind of my little trip around the place. Came to Australia in '98. But yeah, I was born in Sisak. Many moons ago. Are you from Sisak, man? Oh my god. Shit, that is sick. Nice. So you talk Croatian, right? Pozdrav, kako si, man? You know, I've never been to Sisak, you know, as an adult, obviously, old enough. So I don't even know how the city looks or anything. I'd love to go. I'd love to go and check out the hospital and stuff. That would be sick. But yeah, I haven't been back at all to Yugoslavia, ex-Yugoslavia at all. So it's awesome, man. I don't even know how many hospitals there are. I should probably ask Mum, like, which hospital I was born in. It would be really awesome to see. Walk through there and actually get a feel of how big Sisak is and all that. Znam, vjerujem, man. Čuda se dešavaju tamo sad i prirodne stvari i ovi što idu okolo sa puškama i to. Znam da se desilo u Srbiji par puta to što se desilo. Ne znam jer se takve stvari uopšte dešavaju u Hrvatskoj uopšte. Ja ne znam, mislim, ludnica. Mi smo tako daleko od tamo, tako da nemamo baš toliko kontakta, ali moji roditelji se čuju sa familijom i tako da nikad nisam pomislio da će se takve neke stvari izdešavati tamo kako se izdešavale. Da. Ja ne znam si ikad u Jugoslaviji ikad to desilo prije toga, sad. Alright, let me get this 130. Hopefully it gets up. And then we can do some back off sits. Oh yeah, that was a bit of a fight. Well, we got up though, that's the main thing. Boy, seasick. That's a good one, man. That is a good one. Seasick. Actually, like, it's so funny. Sometimes, like, you put your brain to a different language, and you're talking a different language. But sometimes you catch yourself thinking, what does that language sound like to a non-speaking person, like an English person? Sometimes I have these moments where I just catch myself kind of laughing. Like, see, suck, right? In English, see, suck. You know, it's weird. There's some words just, you know, I feel like I'm going to say a couple of examples, but they're kind of rude. Like some English names, when you translate to Yugoslavian, is weird, man. Like when, like the you know, like, there's people that are called Kara, you know, like a like an English name, right? Kara. In Yugoslavian, Kara means basically like a, you know, like a cock, right? Or it means like sex, but like rough sex. You know, so sometimes, like, you don't think about that when you're kind of, you know, moving around and kind of walking around. But sometimes you're like, shit, Kara. Her name is literally... So anyway, it's silly. Or that, like, I saw a professor. It was a professor. I don't even know if this is real or not. I've seen a few of these examples. where Indian like names like get translated, like, you know, for an English person it means like rude things. What's the other Serbian name that's funny? Malena. So Malena. Oh, there you go. Kara means knife. So Malena is like a name, Yugoslavian name. But in English, Malena, rest of the cards. Malena means like, you know, in medical terms. So somebody rocks up to, you know, to ED and they're like, yeah, I've had melena. Melena is basically like a bloody diarrhea. You know, I'm pretty sure that if no English person would name their child Melina, you know, because it literally means a bloody shit. You know, so it's unfortunate sometimes how these translations can happen, but it's just funny. Like, you don't think about them, but sometimes you kind of get caught out. You're like, you know, like sea suck. It means something. I don't even know what it means in sea suck. What it means in like Croatian or Yugoslavian, what it actually means. You know, some names kind of like are descriptive in nature, kind of like Latin descriptions. Like Belgrade, literally means wide city. Anyway, whatever. All right. I'll do 10 of these, 10 triples, and then a bit of front squat. Oh, you've been to Belgrade already. Nice. What did you think of it, man? It's an old city, man. Been there for a long time. This is the thing I find about Europe, man, in general. Like, like Europe has been around forever. But like a place like Australia, it's like, you know, a lot of these structures that you see, they haven't been there forever. Gang, how you going, man? So it's really, really cool. Like when you see and you think about Europe, like some of these monasteries and some of these buildings that have been there forever, man. Like, it's crazy. It's outlived many, many generations. Hello from Texas. Artie. Oh yeah, so yeah, you live in the region, so you can. It's not a long trip for you. For me to go to Belgrade, literally I have to like fly a day, 2 days. All right, 2. You ever have a back tweak? Wondering. AB, last time I had a back tweak or a back injury was like the start of all of this. I was like 25, basically. Or 24, 23. I can't remember exactly when it happened. 25 is when I seriously started training, and that's when I bought this thing. Bought this thing at home, and that coincided with me taking it seriously, basically. I think I was like 23, 24, I had a back tweak. Heard a pop in my lower back. Pain rating down both legs. I thought I was going to be a freaking paraplegic. That was like a big moment in my training history. That's when I went, fuck everything, man. I have to get stronger in my freaking spine, man. And then that's when I discovered powerlifting. That's when I discovered strength sports. That's when I discovered all these things and I started respecting it. When I see a bloke pull 300 off the floor, I'm like, well, that guy's got a strong back, man. I don't care what anyone says. You can do your crunches, you can do your sit-ups, you can do your flags, you can do your superhuman, whatever freaking curl thing that you can. The bloke that can pull the most amount of weight off the floor has the strongest core. I don't care. That was literally the thing at the time. And I was like, okay, what are you doing to make you so strong in your back. Now at the time, obviously, I thought deadlifting was all just a lower back exercise. I didn't know. Obviously, you need a strong lower back to do this, but there's many other moving parts making somebody a strong deadlifter. But that's kind of where the last time that I had a back injury, and since then it's been all about basically getting stronger in my lower back. It's very it takes a lot of core strength to ATG squat, number one, and it takes a lot of core strength, back strength to do deadlifts. And so those two things ended up being my favorite things to train because I never wanted to go down the Snap City path again. I said to myself, you know what, the amount of time I'm spending in this gym, and I used to go do like a 3-day split on and off, whatever. You'll come in and do back and buys and chest and tries, and then I'll do like delts and legs meaning just sit in the machine and do this 5 sets of 20 or whatever the hell I did. It was just come in, try and fill out a shirt so I can go pick up. That was kind of the immaturity level at the time. I had no understanding of athleticism. I had no understanding of any of this stuff. This all kind of came later on as I started reading and thinking about this more often. But basically it was the back injury that changed everything for me. Because I got scared, man. I got scared, no doubt. Oh, that's 3 sets, I think. How did I fix the tweak? So immediately after I fell to the ground, I did crunches initially, because at the time I thought my back is weak because of my weak core. So I did a lot of that. Somehow gingerly got up after 15 minutes of laying there, after doing like hundreds of freaking crunches. Immediately after the pain the shock subsided, I started doing crunches there, went home, did some more crunches at home. I felt as I was cooling down, it was getting worse and worse and worse. This is all intuition. I didn't know anything about back pain, nothing. I just went, okay, I really don't want to cool down. I really want to stay warm in my so I basically did like grease in the groove, let's say, the whole night. So I went home, had lunch, all that stuff, dinner, and I just kept doing every 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever. I just do like a set of crunches, kept doing that. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow I woke up the next day and I was mint. Obviously, I didn't start squatting and benching until many weeks after that because I was scared. But I want to say, I don't know, maybe I was lucky, maybe the crunches did something, I don't know. I never got scans, I never did any of that. So I don't know whether it herniated, I don't know any of that stuff at all. But soon after that, when I felt confident enough, I started to kind of mess around with empty bar deadlifts, started reading, started squatting. Squatting was horrible, obviously. And that's kind of how I started, basically. I didn't deadlift anything meaningful for like a year and a half afterwards. I kept doing the smallest weight I could off the floors, which is like the 10s. And I was doing like sets of 10, sets of 20, just deadlift, go for pump. And I would feel the lower back pump and I was like, yeah, I'm building strength there. That's how I started. Because people tell me what was your initial 1 rep max on the deadlift? I honestly don't know. I never did a 1 rep max for a very long time, man, because I was scared. Man. You ever plan to cut to 90 or something? Nah, man. that's beyond me, man. I think 90 would be a very, very, very skinny Van. Don't want to go there. I'm not interested in that aesthetics business, like, you know, being gaunt. For me to be 90 kilos, dude, like, it would take a lot. I would lose a lot of muscle mass. I would lose a lot of fat. You know, I don't think I'd be happy. You know, happiness for me doesn't involve a mirror. Happiness for me involves closing my eyes. So what I mean by that is the internal emotional, you know, thinking, moving. That's kind of what I like. I never flex in the mirror. I never do any of that. Like, I just don't care about it, to be honest. I think, you know, each stage of fitness, there's stages to fitness, right? Like, so, you know, when I was 20, I cared about how I looked. You know, I wanted to look good naked. Not that I look bad naked now. I look strong. I look, you know, decent. But I don't have like a shredded freaking serratus anterior and a shredded external obliques, anything like that. But, you know, there was a time where I was like, okay, I want to look good, you know, blah, 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 blah. Now I feel like I just want to look powerful. I want to look strong. I want to be strong. I want to be powerful. Those are the things that concern me. But it's just a different stage in life. I'm in my freaking mid-30s, man. Like, you know, I've got no one to, you know, impress, basically. A bulk to 110, that's also like, you know, I don't know if I can bulk to 110, like as in muscle. I don't know if I can put on much more muscle. So that 10 kilo will be basically 80% fat. And I've gone to 104, 103 in the past, and I feel like shit, dude. Like, I sleep poor, I don't know. I don't feel bouncy. I don't feel poppy, right? I definitely don't feel poppy. So I think 100 kilos, like between 98 and 100 is like my perfect spot at the moment. That's probably my peak genetic. That's where I'm kind of filled out and I feel strong and I don't feel tired. That's like my good. I could probably lose a few more kilos of fat and get to like 96 or something like that. But beyond that, I would have to starve myself, basically. I don't want to do that. All right, that's 5. The Pete Rubish rows. Are those kind of like similar to Kayla Woolham rows, like a deadlift with a row? I've done those in the past. Yeah, definitely good for the back. I've tried those. Oh, that one. Hey Trevor, how are you? I've never done that, like in the back extension machine. Never done that one. Never tried that. The carnivore diet. I think most diets are dumb. That's what I think. Anything with the word diet in it is pretty much, I'm yawning through it. I don't know, dude. I honestly, there's many ideas out there and everyone's got a freaking some sort of extreme take on some measure. Cut this out, cut that out, cut this out. Don't cut anything out. Don't cut anything out. Just nothing extreme. So that's kind of how I think about it. I think a herbivore diet is silly. I think vegan diet is silly. I think keto is silly. I think lots of these things. The only thing that I think is good, instead of cutting different food groups, cut the whole thing off. So intermittent fasting still has, it makes sense to me, intermittent fasting, but to scapegoat a certain a food group is silly to me. yeah, that's kind of just general what I think. Yeah, like a lot of these things affect the body. You know, it lowers testosterone, probably lowers many other things because you are. It's an extreme state. I don't know. This is the other thing. Like on the previous question, if I was to go to freaking 90 kilos body weight, my testosterone would probably be a quarter. And why does that make sense? Well, because you need fat. You need fat in your life, and fat is the most calorie dense food group. So if I was to go to 90 kilos right now and look shredded, I would feel the worst, number one, and my testosterone count will be low, and I'll probably have a hard time, you know, getting a hard on. It's like, dude, it's most of the time when you see some guy that's ripped, he's absolutely living shit. That's without the supplements that people take. If you're 8% body fat, you're unhappy. That's how, I mean, that's a general statement, I understand, but I think most people will be much happier around 15% body fat. You know, starving yourself with the mirror absolutely makes no sense to me. It lowers your testosterone, it lowers your mood, you're cranky. But you're not going to get that on camera, right? Like, you know, I do these videos an hour a day, but there's 23 other hours in a day. And so, you know, the people to talk to is like my wife, you know, my best friends. You know, these are the people that you talk to about what diet is best. Well, you know, how's Ivan been? Has he been a good friend since he's been, you know, 7% body fat? The chances are I'm not going to be very happy, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, low testosterone is just one thing. You're just not happy or healthy. Six. Uncle Kermit, easy. Increase your frequency. Done. If you want to have a faster recovery for these other tissues in the body, you have to increase your recovery. The only time the tendon and ligament get blood perfusion, a chance to recover is through movement. So this one body part, a weak type of split, is literally murderous for tendons and ligaments. That's just my opinion. If you want healthy joints, if you want healthy ligaments and tendons, you gotta do it more often, man. Do it more often. Absolutely. That's clear as day in my eyes right now after 1,000 freaking days of squatting. Miz, I'm not sure, dude. Let's see how it goes. You know, knock on wood, I stay healthy and everything's fine. But I'd love to be able to, you know, still deadlift and squat and do all these things. The same, you know, numbers. I'm a late bloomer. I've picked up this very, very late. Like if you know, Pete Rubish has a really good kind of take on this. He's like, you know, he's younger than me, Pete Rubish. He's like 32, I think he's right now, 31, something like that. But his body is aged much, much, much beyond mine because he's been powerlifting since he was like 12 years old or whatever, 14. So he's been lifting for like 20 years, right? Where I've been lifting for 9 years, right? So this is the thing, there's training age and then there's biological age. And so I think I'm much more likely to be lifting in my 50s, much more likely than Pete, because Pete's put more mileage on his body and how he trained. You know, he'll be the first one to say that it wasn't really the healthy, sustainable way of doing things. Mind you, he set world records and things and I didn't. So, you know, there's also that. He's traveled much harder miles than me. So, you know, my expectation is that I'll be lifting quite well in my 40s and my 50s. Will I be setting PRs in my 50s? Probably not, but I think 40s, yes, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you, Naz. Appreciate you, dude. All right, 7. Oh man. Good morning, good morning. Nice. Enjoy, dude. Best part of the day. Get some reps going. Thanks, Noah. Oh yeah, Noah. Yeah, that's right. Noah's right. Have a good session. My body weight right now, I think it was 99 a few days ago that I checked. 99. I think it's about that. Am I an Orthodox Christian? I am, man. Yeah. Yep. Ooh, it's taking it out of me today. Oh man. Thoughts on Trump? Even do you follow Levin? I don't follow. That's the guy with the arm wrestling, isn't it? I know he's really good and really tall from memory. Thanks, man. You too. Have a good day. Do I think people with bad knees? I want to know what bad knees means. Because bad knees could mean that you just have weak hamstrings and weak hip abductors. Simply that. If you go bone on bone arthritis, it's probably unlikely that you'll be squatting all that well. If you've got some bony changes and you got some like structural shit going on, okay, probably not. But if you got achy knees and for whatever reason, like not bony, I think you just gotta get freaking the patella tendon stronger. You gotta do this shit more often. So I think it depends. It depends on what you mean. For most people out there, I think yes, everyone can squat ATG. It is a difficult thing to wrap your head around, but a lot of people don't respect mobility, and a lot of people think they can't get mobility. And mobility is one of those slow fucking things to get. It's frustrating, it's really hard, but absolutely. I think everyone can do splits as well, middle and front splits. You just have to put time into it, man. It's not sexy, the journey, because everyone wants the cake. Everyone wants to be the champ, but nobody wants to be the only one in the gym shooting the free throws, right? This is the thing. This is the barrier for your greatness. You just can't be fucked. Let's be honest. You don't want to put 3 hours a day into this shit. Without a doubt, I think the majority of people out there can do this. Oh, yeah, absolutely. For you, it's easy, man, because that's your part of your daily life. But I think most people can. Obviously, some people are harder for them because of the structure differences. Like if you're Asian, you're most likely gonna find it easier, just because your body proportions lend yourself kind of to the squatting motion a bit better. But those same Asian people are gonna find deadlifting much harder. This is the way it is, because you're gonna have a longer torso. If you have long legs compared to your torso, you're gonna find squatting harder and deadlifting much better. It's gonna be more natural for you, and it makes sense. It's physics. So don't get sad because you have long legs. Those long legs will benefit you elsewhere. It's just the way it is. You know, don't be upset at Messi that he can't climb up 4 people's backs and freaking header a goal. That's not Messi's game, but you give that ball to him right at the ground level, he'll dribble the whole freaking club and sort it in the top corner. So, you know, don't cry. Don't cry because Messi is not as athletic as Ronaldo. They've got different things going on, and this is where it's hard to compare. But yes, the long-legged guy can also work his way out and become more athletic or more deadlifty or whatever you want. So there's advantages and disadvantages with everything in life. That's something that you realize as you go along. No, at 6'1", you're not going to be the greatest basketball player of all time. It's going to be impossible for you. But that doesn't mean you're going to be a scrub either. You could become the greatest shooter of all time, like Steph Curry, right? So, yeah, anyway. Ivan was wondering your thoughts on flat-footed squatting versus heel-elevated squatting. I can't flat-footed squat without knee pain, but I can finally revise squat shoes. Revisited squat shoes and pain is gone. Thoughts? That was from an unreadable username. Heels versus flat feet in squats. Why do heels help you? Right? How many guys truly understand the mechanism behind elevating your heels? Why is it instantly easier? In simple terms, the reason why you squat easier or more upright or just generally have better mobility as soon as you elevate your heels is because this one thing. It makes your tibia longer, pseudo longer. What does that mean? The long bone of your lower leg, the tibia, the big bone, it makes it longer when you put your heels on or when you elevate your heels. That makes it easier to squat because it reduces the ratio between the tibia and the femur. So if you get women's shoes, stiletto shoes, and have like a humongous heel, you can squat with a perfect upright back. That's because it's not about knee travel over your toes. Nothing got to do with that. People think that, and I used to think that it's about the elongation of your tibia. There is a good video up somewhere in the YouTube with a guy with this like model, stick figure model, with movable limb lengths, so femur can be extended and shortened, and so tibia and back and all that, and it shows that perfectly. If you have a long tibia, you will be able to squat better, regardless of how tall you are and all of that. If your tibia is super long, in relation to your femur, you're gonna have a better time squatting. Simple as that. So when you put really big shoes on, what you're really doing is increasing your tibia to the floor. From the knee to the floor, your tibia is now longer because of the heel. And you can squat better. Can you still squat without the heels if you have a shorter tibia? Yes, to a degree. Now there's some freaks out there with tibias that are like this big and femurs that are like this big, right? I struggle to see those people, but you can't be extreme with this in absolute, but I have a long femur and I can squat ATG. What I found is that you need to have a really, really strong posterior chain to prevent. You basically need to prevent lumbar flexion. So you need to have really, really strong lower back and mid back to overcome the forces which are associated with overcoming the glute and the adductor complex. They need to be stretched. So in a way, if you think about it, you're squatting. So this is the glute here. This is your back and this is your femur. As you're going down into this portion, your muscles of your back need to be stronger than the glutes in order for the glute to let go. If your back muscles are really, really weaker to your glute muscles, what will happen is your glute will start to overpower and won't give the pelvis the chance, and what will happen is you'll start to do this, and you'll squat like this. This is your lower back, and your femur's going, this is the knee, right? I don't know how else to do it. So if you want to have a really strong lower back, really good mobility, this is just one aspect, you need to have really strong posterior chain if you've got long femurs. That's one thing, because you're going to have more force going through the lower back the longer your femur is. It's just physics. That's one thing. The second thing is your internal and external rotators of your hip need to be long ranged. So if you have really poor hip internal rotation, you're fucked. You're basically fucked. And as well external rotation. So the ability how much you can rotate your hip girdle. All of this is made easier if you have just a longer tibia. So you can have somebody that has shit freaking hip mobility, he's got this big ass tibia and you're sweet. But in the absence of proportions, and the reason why you're asking this question, you're probably like me, you're not built for squatting. You need to work on this hip mobility, and you need to get your lower back strong. And this is why a lot of Olympic weightlifters spend a lot of time working on their lower backs, because that's the rate limiting step. Long-winded freaking answer, but yes, I think majority of people can ATG squat. And the reason why they don't is because they're barking up the wrong tree. Yes, you can put a band-aid on like heels, but really you need to work on the hips and the surrounding structures. Thank you, Ms. That's it for benching, man. Enough of it. Ugh. All right. Change the camera position. And let's get some front squatties in. Why does the camera look blurry, man? Why does it look blurry? I don't know if that's better or not, but... Oh. Oh. Oh man. Man, the first set is the worst. God damn. Feels like shit. Ugh. All right, what's your opinion on Jefferson dip? Jefferson dip belt attached to the bar with chains on the ends, deadlift. Oh man, I've never done that. Never done that. Miz, you know what? Why do you squat every day when less frequent training is best? If you train like this to build mental fortitude, aren't there other ways? You could probably accomplish this but with more intelligent program. Solon. I've answered this question so many times. I'm trying to think about a unique way of answering it. Another angle. Why do I squat every day? I've done entire videos of this, explaining in detail like every aspect of things, but okay. Let me answer it like this. Why do you drive the car that you drive? There's better cars out there. Why did you pick your car? Why did you pick your Mercedes? There's better cars out there. But you got your reasons, right? Cost, reliability, maintenance, how well it's made, how it looks, how it feels. You're from Germany, or you live in Japan. You like the color schemes. There's many different things that go into selecting anything. Why did you marry the girl that you married? There's better girls out there. What are you doing? Why did you fall in love with the girl that you love? Was the I just thought of something funny. Was that African? I think it was a Kenyan guy. You know, it was on TV, African TV station, someplace, and he had some like gay activist on the show, and she's sitting there, and the guy's introducing the whole thing. Here we have a gay activist, name Mr. or Mrs. something something, and then he turns to her and says, "Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Who said I'm gay? You are gay. Why are you gay?" That's kind of how I think about this stuff. Why do you do what you do? Why do you love who you love? Why do you like the car? Why do you like Evos instead of Suburus? Why do you like Holden instead of Fords? Why do you like Real Madrid instead of Barcelona? It's like there's more effective ways, or my favorite word is most optimal. Most optimal for what? What is the Merc more optimal for what? There is no right or wrong answers here, dude. Like, you do whatever you want to do and I'll do whatever I want to do. It's simple as that. I don't resonate. I don't resonate with many types of training regimens. I just don't resonate. You know, doing 5x5 Texas method or doing Candido's squat program, it's not fun to me. Number one, it's not interesting. Not enough frequency. I like to be doing and being active every single day. I like the benefits I get with joint health. Nothing is achy. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I'm moving. I'm more mobile. I don't need to stretch every day because I'm squatting every single day. It's a mental release every single day for me because I'm an ED nurse. I see lots of different shit. I need the physical exercise every single day. I like the methodology in principle. No, I'm not on drugs. I can still do it to a lower level of intensity. There's many different reasons. And so I encourage you to get out of the mindset of, but this research paper says this. Well, as I always say to people, you can shove that research paper up everyone's ass because it means nothing. If you know anything about statistics and research, it could be double controlled trial. You can do whatever you want. You can make research, you can make statistics say anything. That's just a general strokes argument against this type of thinking, because the reason why this type of thinking annoys me the most is because people
get into this theoretical theoretical physics on what is most optimal in something that is essentially is chaos. This is chaos. There is no right or wrong answer. We don't know what the most effective way for me is to train, because I am not just a physical existence. I'm a mental and emotional existence as well. And so you can't just say to yourself, he should be, why doesn't Steph Curry, why doesn't Shaq shoot like Steph Curry? It's been proven that it's most optimal to have a shooting, it's more optimal to shoot like Steph Curry. We can't all fit into the same boxes, dude. I have different needs to you. Simple as that. And if you want to get into the whole argument of, oh no, but there's other more effective programs, which ones? Tell me. Do you think the Bulgarians didn't do well during the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s? Oh, no, but they did drugs. Really, man? You want to go down the drug routes? How many guys right now that are setting world records are not on drugs? How many? So every time the Bulgarian thing comes up, people are like, oh no, it's the Bulgarians did drugs. My friend, let me tell you something, man. Everyone is on drugs, dude. Everyone. Your favorite lifter is on drugs. The guy that's pulling 500 is on drugs. So it's not an argument to say the Bulgarians are on drugs. That is not an argument, dude. Zero argument. You fail immediately when you say drugs. Every single successful program out there is on drugs. If they're world famous, they're on drugs. That's my general vibe when it comes to this. I get irritated when they're like, oh, Bulgarians do drugs. Which fucking country didn't do drugs, bro? Tell me. Which country, which lifter in the world, the Olympic weightlifting fraternity as a discipline is so corrupt, everyone's on fucking drugs, bro. Everyone. And for you to sit and tell me that some country out in the West, let's say some Californian guy, isn't on drugs? Armstrong did drugs like a maniac. He's from which country? Dude, Barry Bonds. I guarantee you LeBron James is on drugs. Michael Jordan, really good stories out there about him being on drugs, putting on 40 pounds of muscle in one summer. Michael Jordan, the most famous, my most beloved athlete in the world, was on drugs. What's most optimal, dude? So get out of this whole thing about, oh, it's a shit system. Why? Why is it a shit system? Why is the Russian system better than the Bulgarian? You realize that Louis Simmons was heavily influenced by the Russians. So think about it in a more non-naive way. Drug argument, throw that out. It means nothing. Anyway, let me do some freaking work. Some Bulgarian squats. Oh, that's funny. I think so. I've been saying no. No. But I think one day I'd like to go to a local competition here. I think it'll be cool just to experience it. It'll be cool to capture it. I don't even know, like, I'd need to enter like a novice competition or something because I've never done anything before. Never interested in arm wrestling, ever. I was always interested in jumping and running faster. That's where everything stemmed from. Thanks for answering my previous question, Ivan. Was really wanting to buy a back extension because it's my favorite lower back exercise. Thoughts on one of the goats of movements, back extensions. Said it many times before. You will not waste your money investing in that. Do that shit every day for sets of 20, sets of 30, sets of 40. Donate any way, just pump that shit out. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace now for a few months for like a second-hand one. I want to get one. I want to get a good quality one. I had one, sold it. I regret that, man. I regret selling that. Definitely one of the best things that you can buy. And I don't like having too much equipment. I don't have much equipment because of space and whatever, but that thing is worth the space restrictions they get out of it. Do you ever do snatch grip, reverse band, bench press with 2 blocks? Oh shit. Let me imagine that. Snatch grip, reverse band, bench press with 2 blocks. Never done that before, dude, but I'm sure it's very effective. Oh. Is that 3 or 4? Okay, let's make it 3. Wall sits. Wall sits they burn. I don't know how useful they are for squatting though. I don't know. Is it specific enough? Because you're not really. Don't know. It's just. I don't know. You could probably spend time doing something more useful, I think. Is the bar heavy? Feels today. Zercher squat PR. Never done Zercher squats, man. Never. Oh. Oh, nice, Miz. How far are you into it, man? What's your front squat now? And how much do you weigh as well, man? That's an important thing to say. Yeah, I'm feeling weak today, Ethan. Feeling weaker. So I'm going a little bit wider. I'll bring it in as I warm up a bit more. For the first few sets, I find it's easier to just to go wider. and then you bring it in as the hip musculature warms up, the internal rotators and all that. Oh yeah, dude. So you're a lighter fella, man. So 180 for you would be freaking amazing, man. Amazing. Keep working, man. I have no doubt you'll get there at 78. I mean, that's, if you can front squat 180 at freaking 80 kilos, damn, man, that's like me squatting freaking, I don't know what the ratios would be, probably 220. I would need to hit 220 in the front squat to reach your lifetime goal. So it's equivalent. That's a lot. Hey Linus, why man? Nice. Keep pushing it, dude. I'm a bit of a sucker for front squat thinking at the moment. I don't know. I think front squat is so freaking cool, man. In recent times, I've just really started appreciating it. How it makes me feel, how it makes me look, the posture. It's just so fucking cool, man. It's great. It's really good. I said it in yesterday's video. I think front squats is my favorite type of squat. I think I've finally come to that kind of place. It really is. It's my favorite. Try low bar right now, 1 rep. Yeah, doesn't work like that, man. You need many. Oh, you mean just an empty bar? Like an empty bar, you mean? I don't even know how to like do it, dude. Oh. 6. I think I have tried the zombie squat before. Oh, yeah. It's funny, on days I have night shift, man, my body starts to yawn like really early in the morning. It knows what's coming. It's like 12:30. Feel the power. Yeah. I probably could, you know, do something heavier than usual, but it just doesn't excite me, dude, at all. Yes, I've seen that vid. That vid is great. Man, I saw that like 10 years ago. Amazing. Amazing. That's like lifetime goal type shit. Probably impossible to get what those boys do. I've done lots of lunges, man. Lots and lots of lunges. Man, just a freaking empty bar. He's plenty of work. Just an empty bar is good. That's 6. 4 more sets. Why doesn't low bar excite you? It's ugly. It's ugly. It's unathletic, to me at least. There's no mobility. It's one-dimensional. It's all quads and glutes. It's using physics to your advantage. It's manipulation of those physics. There's lots of these types of things that rub me up the wrong way. To me, a squat, a full squat, is ATG. Low bar squats are half squats. Doesn't excite me. When I see somebody squat, there's things happening in my brain that make me think about the mobility, the strength at the end range of that mobility. It's like it's a phenomenon of multiple different aspects. It's not just strength. That's what excites me about squatting. When I see a squat, somebody squat 300 kg or 250 kg, 200 kg, full ATG, I'm like, he's got that much strength to fold like like a ladder onto itself and come out of that with such, it's wow. It's a beautiful thing for me. And when people low bar squat, it's like, I don't know, it doesn't excite me. I don't mean to bash on it or whatever. I'm just telling you why this head here doesn't like it. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. There's many forms of movement, and that's one form that I don't like. It doesn't even excite me to know that, oh, okay, I can squat 230 with a low bar. It's just, don't know. It's like, why don't you like soccer instead of like basketball? But what's your basketball favorite sport? It's just one of those things. Miz, thank you again, man. Did you do it again? Oh, dude. You're the man. Thank you so much for this, man. Good to see you, Carl, man. Try and fall asleep now. But boy, what's up? What do you do when friends partially screw you over? I don't know, man. I don't know. Just depends, man. I don't know. Depends on the situation, depends on so many things. 8. 2 more. And then go up and wait a little bit. What's a good exercise for hip mobility? Nothing better in my opinion than squatting. Squatting. Lots and lots and lots and lots of squats. Nothing better, dude. Oh, and every day. Bodyweight squats, that's all you need. That's what I think. There are stretches out there and whatever, but nothing beats squatting. No, lightweight. It has to be lightweight, because with heavier weight, you're going to go into your compensations to avoid exposing the weak stuff. Lightweight is crucial. Lightweight allows you to focus on form and not to go into areas of your joints where strength lies, where you can complete the lift. Around 50% weight below is technique work, in my opinion. Everything above, you start to get out of it. That's what I think. Bodyweight squats are the best. If you can bodyweight squat with perfect upright back, up and down, you can do it with any weight. Bodyweight squats are the hardest thing in the world, man, because there's no weight for you to counterbalance on. And you do that, man, like I'm telling you, started this year, I did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of squats a day. It's very, very important. I know it's not sexy and probably looks a little bit sus. You don't look very masculine doing freaking bodyweight squats, but that's what I think, man. Alright, one more. And then pile on the weight a little bit. And then grab the shower. Nice, 5 years old, already getting into it. Oh, blast, man. That's funny. Thank you, man. California, 8:15. Glad to have you here, man. School life. Oh, man. Long time ago, dude. Oh, definitely. Bulk, Jordan, definitely. It's easier to squat with an empty, with weight on the bar for me. Definitely. Because you can kind of like leverage that weight to kind of sink you a little bit and get that bar over the midfoot or thereabouts. Hey man, what's going on, dude? All right, got the sweat going. Let's start. What did I miss? Vincent. Oh, later tonight, night shift tonight, man. Wow, we were. Wow, we were. Tired as hell today. Oh, Titus, Costa Zewa. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Just a small donation, but it is the least I could do, considering just how much you give to us viewers. Appreciate it. Thank you, Titus, man. It really means a lot to me as well when I see the support. So thank you, man. Means a lot, dude. It really does. It's always amazing to me to see so many like-minded people. I never thought this would ever kind of happen. So it's always nice to kind of get in a room or in this pseudo-theoretical kind of room space, online space, where you can kind of like bump ideas with people who wired the same way as you. So honestly, it means a lot to me. It really does. Thank you. All right, guys, I think this is it. I need to get out of here and freshen up a little bit. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, huh? Thank you, Miz. Thank you, guys. You have a good one as well, guys. I'll see you on the other side of the night shift, and we'll do this again, I reckon. Tomorrow's going to be a bit more front squats, back offsets. Thanks for everyone for stopping by. It's been fun. Cheers, guys. 190 tomorrow. Yes, that would be sick. It's after a night shift, so who knows? Maybe I'll feel really good. Cheers, guys. Bye.